Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I am here today with my Thrifty Thursday Thrifty Canucks haul, and I've got a bit of a book haul today because I went to a book sale. So yeah, I got some lovely books. I'll just jump in. I got Shakespeare in Music by Elson. Look at that lovely gilded cover. Also, the spine is beautiful. It's got those nice hand-cut kind of rugged pages. And then inside, we've got some nice... This looks like it's been actually signed. It says 11902. So I'm not exactly sure if that's like 1902. Your friend, Shakespeare in Music. The book, does it have a date? Let me see. Some nice like pictures inside. It has some illustrations. Here we are, 1900. Yeah, so it would make sense that it was given in 1901. It has some music inside, obviously, and it has some beautiful plates, black and white plates, Shakespearean sort of imagery. So yeah, it's just a very pretty book. It's got that really funny paper that gets cut all different lengths. You know, how they cut paper back in the turn of the century. So there's that one. And I will just reach behind me and pull one of my bags up. So then I found this large book that's called Currier and Ives America. And it's like huge pictures. It's a really nice big book. It's got these giant pictures in it. A panorama of the mid-19th century scene, 80 prints in full color with an introduction and commentary by the editor. 1952. And then it had these inside this. I guess these are probably some greeting card fronts, maybe. They're pretty. Unless these are some of the plates. No. Yeah, just pretty, like, ephemera. So this book, we'll get into it here. Smells like a library. But look at these. Aren't these beautiful pictures? The lambs under the cherry blossoms. American Homestead Spring. And the plates are on both sides. So it's one of those, make your decision carefully. Yeah, so they're really pretty. They make really great, like, folded over pages in journals. And lots of different, like, you know, some boats and stuff. That'll come, when I do the Song of the Sea journal that I'm planning to do, that'll come in handy. So that big book. Then I found this, The Golden Treasury of Natural History. These are just really good to break down for fussy cutting. Look at these lovely old illustrations. Aren't they just beautiful? Oh, let's get that out of there. It's some kind of old book page crumbles that I don't need. Looks like old newspaper or something. Lots and lots of names written in here. I love this. This is from 1952. And yeah, just lots of great, like, the bright retro colors, the great illustration style of that time. And it's got all sorts of subjects in it, you know, constellations, space, plants, plant adaptions in the water, beautiful botanicals, fruit and vegetables. Somebody cut this page. Trees, mushrooms, animals, birds, ocean, all sorts of good stuff. It's a good kind of primer for a new junk journaler, you know. And this is for a project that I have that will be coming up, a magic themed book I'm going to be making. This is The World's Greatest Magic. Merry Christmas, Gary, 1981. Love from Granddad and Kath. So it's got lots of info on magicians and magic, and some really cool photographs and illustrations, as well as just stories, vintage advertisements, people doing different kinds of live stage tricks. So yeah, I do have a project in mind for this book. Okay. And then I found this one. It's just a really pretty cover, and I'll probably cover this center piece, but I have a bit of an idea. It's from 1916. It's got some really pretty paper here. It has a 1957 it's too bad they wrote on this paper though. I don't know if you can see that this paper has like a kind of embossing on it. It's really beautiful, but they wrote upon it in 1957 Bulper edition. Gitanjali Song Offerings, 1916. Beautiful book plate. It's got that nice thick paper in it that I love. It has all sorts of, interesting verse. So the day was when I did not keep myself in readiness for thee, and entering my heart unbidden, even as one of the common crowd, unknown to me, my king, thou didst press the signet of eternity upon many a fleeting moment in my life. And today, when by chance I light upon them and see thy signature, I find they have laid scattered in the dust, mixed with the memory of joys and sorrows of my trivial days forgotten. Thou didst not turn in contempt from my childish play among dust, and the steps that I heard in my playroom are the same that are echoing from star to star. So there's some of that beautiful paper. We do get a little bit of it. It's like looks like thistle almost. It's really pretty. Yeah, nice book. And then this one I found, Light Meters, Felicia Lamport drawings by, of course, Edward Gorey, and that is what attracted me to it. So it is verses and beautiful, awesome illustrations, and humor. I love Edward Gorey. I love so many things that he chose to work on. I need to at some point do a bit of a deep dive on who he was as a person. He's like gone. A lot of the work that he did on his own, like things like Amphigory, were very funny, and then also dark humor. But he also worked with a lot of people who had similar, I guess, personalities to him. So lots of hard-hitting topics like this one. Balanced judgment. No diet ever justifies the trouble it entails until the scales fall from your eyes, or your eyes fall from the scales. So just fun illustrations and verse. I like a lot of humor books. I had to walk away from the Irma Bombeck section today. I love her. I know she's probably humor dedicated toward probably older women, and I started reading Irma Bombeck as a kid, believe it or not, because I lived in a very small village as a kid, and there were no other kids there really, so I was sort of like a little tiny old person, and I spent a lot of time at our little tiny library, and I read almost all the books in the library. So I started, I got through the kids' books. I got through those kind of, you're not quite a teenager books. And then I started reading a lot of nonfiction, and then got into humor. And I don't know, there was something about the illustrations and the style on the front of Irma Bombeck's and her witty titles for things. Like, they just always drew me in, and I loved reading her. But anyhow, this is The Discovery of Dragons, illustrated by the one and only Graham Base. So you've probably seen, if you've been around here for a while, me talk about Graham Base before. He has like really great books. Like he has like an animology book. Like his illustration style is amazing. This book's from 1996. It is illustrated differently than his other books that you may be, like if you're familiar with Animalia, you'll be used to lots going on the page and like just, so many creatures. These are a little different in that there's this kind of handwritten letter here, and then he's illustrated the dragons. And I do have a bit of a dragon project idea. I haven't really started it, but I thought I would get it because I will gather for that book. I want to process this kind of soon, though, and probably put it in a project box so that I get it going, because it's quite a large book, and I'm trying not to have too many large books hang around for long. I say that, and then I show you this. Collier's photographic record of the Russo-Japanese War. Why? I don't know. No, the person working at the book sale actually asked me when I got the other book, she's like, do you want this one too? And I said, well, I don't really have much use for it, but I mean, it's lovely. And she's like, why don't you just take it then? And I said, okay. It's got all this nice old cello tape. It's such an old book, 1905. Photographic record, Russo-Japanese War. I don't know how disturbing this book is. I don't know if there's, What I do know is that these pages have really nice, like, writing on them. There is some really beautiful photography in here. So this is the Tsar of Russia and his family. Now, is that the family that ended up not doing so well? I can't remember. I believe so. So yeah, there can be some things in here military-wise that may not be that nice to look at, but there could be some other stuff. So I'll probably just go through this book pretty quickly, take out what I want, and then just dispose of the rest over the next couple of days, because it's falling apart. But yeah, it's huge too. And then I found this, which is The British Inheritance, a Treasury of Historic Documents. Just a big black book. It's got really cool pages, though. I thought a lot of this would be great for creating, when you want to put like a vintage-looking document in a book or something, like in the wizard book that I'm creating. You can also do nice, like this would make a nice little pocket. You could collage something on top. It's old documents. That's what it is. It's just pictures of old documents. So if you don't have access, you don't live in some place in Europe where you can get these very old, beautiful documents. I can get some documents, but not to the degree of, these ones. So yeah, there's lots of cool pictures in there. Some old advertising. Cool stuff. The next is the Illustrated Compendium of Amazing Animal Facts. And I got this because so many pages in here just make really lovely little journal cards. It's just facts about animals. And the illustrations are so charming, and it's nice to create like a journal card where you can put some kind of like a fact or some words or something. But also it's just great for fussy cuts. So look at this raven. Ravens can imitate sounds just like parrots. A group of ravens is called a conspiracy. Adolescent ravens form gangs, but then they usually pair off as adults. Armadillo. Look at that panda. So great for fussy cutting or for journal card making. And then I found the Guide to Corals and Fishes. This is a waterproof book, and it's got really beautiful fish pictures. And I was thinking about the Song of the Sea project that I will have coming up, and that this would be quite useful for that. So when I am getting books, I am thinking about like what's coming up, because I don't want to just have a ton of books in my stash. This one by Peter Desbarat, Halibut, York, and more. It has all this beautiful rice paper and like watercolor paper in it, and it's I don't exactly know, but I think it is perhaps an Indigenous story, and it's verses, and it's just some nice little verses and these vellum pages. I just like the format of it. I have to read some of the verses to sort of learn, you know, about what it's about. It seems like some of it has a bit of religious, you know, aspect to it, but then the rest doesn't. So, and it's about this character named Mott. So yeah, I just thought it was a really pretty little book. I like the format. And then I found this one. It's a copy of Black Beauty. Got it for the cover. I hate the story Black Beauty, actually. I cannot stand the story. It is so sad and depressing. It's from 1939 is when it was gifted. Don't know the publishing date. They have not included it for us. Then this book looks like such a lovely book. It's called Bird Adelbert, and I just thought it was an interesting decision, you know, on the cover of your book that you choose to put, you have to split up, you know, the name with a hyphen because you've run out of space. But it's by Susie Bodal and Andrew Elborn, and this book, to me, it just really looks like the kind of book that I would make a storybook journal from. Hopefully the story is as promising. It was gifted in 1989. Just look at these like illustrations. So I think the writing's on one side and the pictures on the other, which could work if most of them are good folds. But you know, I have ways of making storybook journals work, and it's just got the best pictures. I think I'll probably read it with my daughter before I decide what to do with it, but it's from 1974 originally. This copy is 1983. Then we have The Haunted House. We have Barbara Papa here, and I always love these. So this is 1977. This is going to go into my collection of retro things that I've set aside for my journals, my retro journals that I'll be making. And then this one, Moon Goes Fishing, Art and Words by Dana Simpson. So this book, it's got a nice cover. It's a book about the moon, which always attracts my interest because I just like things about the moon. So this is from 1995. That's a really cute little inscription, and I think it's got nice big words, and I think most of these will just be destined to make pieces of ephemera with, because I just really love the illustrations. I was kind of on the fence about the book, and then I was like, you know, it just would make a really nice ephemera collection. It's the kind of thing I'd just sit and I'd make something with the whole book, and then the book would be gone, and I'd have a nice little stack of ephemera. So no complaints there. And then I found this little green book. I love the spine, and I thought this was just really charming. This is the kind of book that I would probably use some tissue paper or something to create a little template so I could cut something to go inside here to cover up this Kelworth Scott situation. It has a pretty book plate. And it's Kenilworth, a novel by Sir Walter Scott. I don't know the date. Most of these books are like early 1900. And I'm sure this one is no exception. And then I found something wonderful for what I'm working on right now, which is this Redan Fun to Learn, The Tale of Jemima Puddle Duck, Peter Rabbit and Friends, a monthly magazine, I guess. It says here, compatible with the national curriculum. It's from Australia. It was $2.50. This is number 13. So, yeah, I guess there was a monthly magazine. So it says that this is from 1995. Honestly, it feels older, but I love it. It's from the 90s, apparently. So we have Beatrix Potter here. You know, it's like kind of like a children's activity book. So we've got some nice big pictures in here. So these will go really well with the Beatrix Potter projects that I'm working on. So that's exactly where those are headed to. We have a pull-out coloring pages. Nice big poster. Like this is a poster. See that? Of Jemima and the Foxy Gentleman there. And then we have a color by number, and the child Maggie has filled it out for us. And then a poster page. Matching game. These, I love these. These are like book plates, right? So I'm kind of torn about what I'm going to do with those. They're really, really awesome. They're going in the books, but yeah. So that will go right into the Beatrix Potter pile, which is like right beside me. And then I grabbed this little nature library. I always pick these up when I see them, these little books. So I love these little books. The Tale of Tommy Nobody, a bird story. They have the same kind of charm to them that Beatrix Potter books do in their size, in their illustrations and stuff. And they come in so handy for so many projects. We have the Hedgerow Circus, which is one of my favorites. I love the Hedgerow Circus. I should say these are by Reader's Digest, and I want to say these were like late 70s. 82, so pretty close. A Feast of Flowers. See, lots of beautiful illustrations. And then the Tale of Fergus Frog, which is one of my favorites because of all these frogs and bugs and owls, but mainly the frogs. So that's a sweet little book set. And then I found these two. These are Guy Mannering, Anne of Gerstein, and Kenilworth St. Ronan's Well. So I think this might be the same as, yeah, these are F. Scott Fitzgerald, maybe? Yeah, because this is another copy of Kenilworth. These are the same book. But I love these covers. See, they have this hand pointing down and up, the book in the middle, and just this crest is amazing, and they're so faded. Like, I think they were once red, and I love the colors they've turned. So yeah, these are really pretty. So Guy Mannering, or The Astrologer by Sir Walter Scott. I said F. Scott Fitzgerald, I meant Sir Walter Scott, sorry. And these have really thin pages. Is this 1929? I don't know. I don't know the date in them. They don't have the date. Unless it's in the back. I doubt it, but no. They've just got such thin paper in them too. Be really good for jelly printing on, to be honest. That's nice. So yeah, I will enjoy those. I might try to do some, these pages work really well for making prints. Like, you can remove the ink from the text onto the jelly plate and things like tapes. And then I found another copy of this. I know I showed one to you probably in like 1 or 2 thrift hauls ago, Love Letters, but it's the kind of book I could see just myself using a lot. I also wanted to read a copy of it. As I had it in here, I was like, you know, I'd like to have a copy of this that I'm not going to cut up, because it's just nice to read these love letters. These are love letters between people, like from history. So like Robert Schumann and Clara Schumann, Oscar Wilde and Lord Alfred Douglas, Napoleon Bonaparte and Josephine Beauharnais, and then when they both became the Bonapartes. So yeah, lots of cool John Keats to Fanny Braun, lots of cool history there. So I think I'll keep that one for reading. because sometimes you need a copy of each. Then I found this one, The Vicar of Wakefield. Look at the gilding on there. Isn't that amazing? It's so shiny. And the spine's the same. The back cover is not. And then look in here. It's just falling right out of its spine. First edition was published in 1766. This Oliver Goldsmith was born 1728 to 1774. A series of English Idylls, The Vicar of Wakefield. Look at these pages, would you? Oh my goodness. What a beautiful book. Wow. I don't know the date, though, the publishing date. I mean, it was initially late 1700s, but I'm imagining this is probably early 19, like super late 18, early 19, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's got some color plates in it with these gorgeous frames. Yeah, really pretty. And then this book, of course, I had to pick it up because it's just so beautiful. So this is European Morals. It's got those nice ribs. It's got a really pretty spine. And it's got, obviously, these beautiful marbled covers. And it's in really nice condition. It's a beautiful book. And then inside, we have this ex libris type label. These beautiful papers. And in here, we've got some letters, some actual handwritten letters from 1892. Dear Ms. Park, just beautiful letters written in the 1800s, 1892. These are treasures on their own. 1893, Guelph. Yeah, so that was a really nice find. This book itself, European Morals, is from 1869, and it's got that nice marbling on the pages as well. It's a really nice size. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I'll do with this treasure yet, but I really quite adore it. And I think I'll keep the letters out of it so that I don't lose them, because I'll probably use them separately to the book. Couple more little ones. So first, this one, The Day the Clock Stopped, a first book of time. So this is another one of those from that collection, but it's from a different collection. And I've seen the whole collection, but they didn't have it. They had a few of these books, but I just grabbed the ones that I really like. And then this one, Enoch Arden Tennyson, 1912, was gifted. Yep, 1912. It's from 1912. The little date right there. And it is very cute. Just little verses. All in these green frames. Make a really sweet little Coptic bound book like I've been making recently. And then this one, A Friar Observant. So this is the kind of book I would probably cover that. I love this cover. It's really pretty. It's got a gorgeous spine. That's what attracted me to it, was the spine. And then you open it on up, and 1909. And it's a big fat book, but it does not have really much in it. It would be a good glue book, I think, for my gluing. I don't think I'll be using the inside for much of anything. And then this book, Scarlet Letter. I love the cover. You see that embossing? The color is beautiful too. And then inside, look at that. A beautiful peacock. See if I could try to maintain those. Scarlet Letter from the World Library by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I don't know. Oh, 1850, I think? No, probably not. I don't know. It doesn't have an official date inside of it. Could be a little later, I would say. But it's really beautiful. Okay. And then I got this. So this is a set of 3 of these. They remind me of the tin ceilings in my parents' house. My parents live in a late 1800s building, and you know, it's like the tin ceilings, but I thought these would be, they're tin. I thought that they would be really good for several different things, like printing, impressing with crayon, possibly using on a journal. You know me, I'm a little weird. We'll see where they go, but there's a collection of 3 of them. Okay, then one more bag of things from my recycle center. This calendar, Simple Country, from 2023. So it's not old, but it has really nice pictures. So, see, just nice, like, pictures. Beautiful. Be nice for like a farmy kind of journal. Holiday things as well. Okay, then this book, Amazing Universe. Why did I get it? There was a whole collection of these. I got this one for the cover because you see the cool constellation there. It's just a gorgeous cover. Look at that blue. Like it's like a woven, just a gorgeous book cover. So that's what I got it for. Inside the book, there is, you know, some useful things, but I'm going to hoe right through this book and take out of it what I want and just keep the cover. I'm just going to put the thing, I have a series of like file bags that I keep things in. So I'll put this in like my space kind of stuff. And then this one was the same thing. Exploring America's Backcountry. So like I said, they had a big collection of these. I'm just going to take this off because I do not need it. I got it again for the cover. So it's pretty bright green, but it's got this, it's a frog and mushrooms. Can you see that embossing there? Frog and mushrooms. They must have spent a lot on this series of books because each of them, like they were part of a series, but like they all had different colored covers, all different, like, you know. And then there's this one. I actually have had this one before, America's Woodlands, and I love the chickadee on the front, but I also like these birch trees. So this one I'll keep the thing. And this one's got nice, like a lot of nice images inside, illustrations and photographs. So these are from the National Geographic Society. And then this book, Linnea in Monet's Garden. And it just looks like a really cute book. I want to read it actually. It's from 1985. And I just want to see what this whole story is all about. If it's a true story, if it's about a little girl who knew Monet, or if it's a fiction. I just want to read it. I think it looks like a lovely book. And with this, I've pretty much cemented myself in having to do Christmas journals this year. The Santa Claus book by Lyle Stewart, or Alden Perks, PhDs, whatever that means. Illustrations are by the author. Okay, Alden Perks. So this book is from 1982. It had such a Port Vliet feel. Somebody recently corrected me. It's Port Vliet, not Port Vliet. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And it had kind of the feel to me of a Rian Port Vliet illustrated book. You know, he has I feel like he's been quite a influence on this artist. His style is similar. The quality is similar of, you know, the images. And there's just a lot of fun stuff in here. Know me stuff too. So it definitely needed to come home with me. It's got lots of cool stuff in it. And see, like, this to me is very like in the Gnomes book by Irene Portvliet, like the, you know, they separate all the pieces. And in this case, he left Santa's pajamas on, though. Thank you for that. Irene was not the same. He showed the gnomes fully in the buff. But yeah, all sorts of fun. It's very much like those books to me, but for Christmas. Set this here. Oh, this is more for reading. This is a graphic novel, Mall Goth. Want to check out what this book's about. Alright, then this, I got 4 of these. These are vintage pricing sheet pads, and they have transparencies. Some of them have a transparency at the back that you can, you know, do your printing with. But I just like these. These are really cool yellow pages. They're so yellow. Okay. Oh yeah, then this. Okay. This is, I think, the end. Yeah, it is. Okay. But it's fun. So it's a whole collection of mostly, I would say mostly vintage papers. So first there's all this stationery that has these flowers. It came in a tin with like envelopes. I don't need the vintage tin. I left that for somebody else to get joy out of. But I did take the papers because I was like, yeah, I need those. Then there's a lot of vintage gift wrap paper. So this is beautiful. This is more, this kind of looks like Koreatown paper, like interesting paper that's been stitched on. It's like, see the silver thread stitches? It's just beautiful. And then lots of gift wrap, vintage gift wrap. So this one with these cute animals. And then this one that has beautiful flowers. This one is floral as well, kind of trippy and fun. A couple of pieces of that. This wild orange one. And then this one, I just like the texture. It's got some old cello tape stuck to it here. Probably just put that in my stash over here. And it's got a nice feel. This is marbled paper. It's stunning. This one I think is going to go in my retro journals supply. Look at this one. Isn't this beautiful? These girls. And then this one here, get rid of this plastic. It's like, again, little girls and little kids and animals. This old Christmas tag. Put that with the Santa book maybe. And then more flowers. More flowers. Some fruit. Couple pages of the fruit. This adorable retro baby paper. Oh my gosh. Lots of it there too. It's like a ton of it. And then this one still also in its plastic. It's an old Hallmark. Again, of like little vintage kids. So that's my haul for today. Much larger than I expected, but I got to go to a dollar book sale, so you understand the plight of the good things. But you know what? We'll use them up. I think most of what I got, I'd say all of what I've got is targeted toward a project. So you'll be seeing these things coming soon, because yeah, I've got a lot of projects happening. So that's it for me for now. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, may the thrifting fairies be with you. Bye for now.